Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a stock analysis of Veritone. Now, if you don't know what Veritone is, it is an AI company and it is quite interesting because what it does is it makes libraries of videos. So just imagine the amount of money they can make if they partner up with some companies like Premier League or maybe YouTubers like Mr. Beast or Netflix. Because what they do is it allows for a searchable database for licensing and advertisements, which is very, very interesting. Now, if you take a look at the graph, as you can see, recently it has blown up like crazy. As you can see, back here in June, it was trading just above $1, and now it's sitting at 5.59 USD. Now, it has had a bit of a rough ride sometimes. If we make the graph a bit bigger, as you can see right here, it did actually start the IPO quite a lot higher than we're trading currently, and we did see it spike up quite large in the earlier days of the stock. But overall, I do think it has come to stay, and that this is by far one of my favorite AI stocks to put my bet on. Now, I have to say, I haven't invested in this yet, but I am highly considering it, and the reason I haven't done that is, as you can see, it is very volatile at the moment, and as you can see down here, we have seen quite a lot of overbought territory in the RSI. Now, if you don't know what the RSI is, that is the relative strength index. So if something is between above 70, like down here, that means there is a ton more buyers than sellers in the market. And as you can see, it often falls quite after a quick rise. As you can see, we see this several times. And the reason for that is it is much more volatile. We have so many buyers in the market, and chances are we also see quite a lot of people taking off some of their profits. And that is why I like this stock quite a lot. But overall, as I said, it is very volatile at the moment. As you can also see down here in the beta, it's a beta of 2.37, which means it is 237% more volatile than the average index. So be very, very careful. And the market cap as well. Just look at this, not even $500 million in market cap, meaning a very few amount of money has to be put into the stock to move it quite a lot, of course. So the higher the market cap is, the more money you need to move the stock. So because it's so small, retail investors, especially ones that are in right now, can move the stock up and down an insane amount. Now, if you look at some of the financial of the stock, as you can see right here, they do have quite a large amount of debt. Of course, this is not great, but of course, a lot of small companies have quite a lot of debt and they have very little cash. That is one of the only problems I have with this company at the moment. That is how much debt they have. I would like to see this being reduced quite a lot. Then we also see it has about 20% of closely held shares. These are shares that cannot be sold. It is often CEOs or other investors who bought in the IPO who can't sell them in a period of time. And the problem is with this many closely held shares, the shares could flood the market and the stock price could tank absolutely. Now, if you look, as you can see right here, the PS is however quite nice at the moment. As you can see, it has fallen quite a lot. Now, of course, it is quite higher right now than it was last year, as you can see, but that's of course because it has risen so nicely. As you can see, it is overall, if you bought back in June, you would see about a 300% increase. Now, if you look at the financials right here, as you can see how they make the revenue. As you can see, software products, licensing, representation service. Of course, they did also use the advertising, but that has been regrouped under this representation services. Now, they are also both in Europe and the United States, which is something we love to see because a lot of AI companies really don't tend to go towards Europe, and I like to see that they've already gotten so much money from the European Union, the European continent, because if you can get a foothold within EU, of course, when AI is so low in the EU compared to the United States, it's going to be absolutely crazy to see how much money they can get from this licensing. Now, if we go down here to the performance, as you can see right here, from 2017, it is quite a kind of flip stock. As you can see, 2020 is up by 1,000%. Actually, some years we lose almost all our money. So be very, very careful in a stock like this. If you want to own it, you should really know what your risk parameters are. Now, if we look at the technicals for the day, as you can see, it's a buy, and for the month, of course, it is still a buy. As you can see, it has this very, very nice ride upwards. Now, the analyst rating on this are quite nice. We have 3 strong buy and 1 hold. Now, the hold is this negative one right here, which should be down by 46%, but it has risen so quickly, so short amount of time, that maybe some analysts need to reiterate what their price points are. But this one up here, I think, is quite unlikely. Within a year, we're going to sit at 25. However, $10 would not surprise me at all. I personally think we're just going to sit just above $10. Around 11.4 is at least my price target for this stock. Now, if you look at their EPS, as you can see, we're estimating to still be in the negative until 2028, at least in the soonest. And then, as you can see, their earnings, as you can see, raising them slowly but surely. And this is a company that's going to make money slowly but surely, because once it has a lot of partners, especially TV channels and sports channels and other YouTubers and content creators, once they implement this AI that Veritone makes, where they can make a searchable library, it's going to be absolutely crazy. Now, I am highly considering buying this stock at the moment. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, please leave the company to analyze in the comment section below.